the 1880s, London was a city lit by magic. For a single penny, you could carry fire in your pocket. The matchstick was the ultimate Victorian convenience, but for the teenagers who made them, that convenience came with a ghostly price. Deep in the industrial heart of Bow, East London, 1,400 girls worked 14-hour days in a fog of white phosphorus. It was a toxic vapor that settled in their hair, their clothes, and eventually, their bones. At night, as these girls walked home through the smog, their breath would literally glow in the dark. Their skin would shimmer with an eerie green light. But this wasn't magic. It was the first sign that their jawbones were beginning to rot away while they were still alive. This was the Phossy Jaw, and it was the spark that would ignite a revolution. To understand the strike, you have to understand the factory. The Bryant May plant was a kingdom of fear. Most of the Matchgirls were between 13 and 20 years old. They worked from 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. for a pittance, often less than 5 shillings a week. But the owners didn't just pay them poorly, they stole from them. There were fines for everything. If you had messy hair, a fine. If you dropped a match, a fine. If you went to the bathroom without permission, a fine. On some days, a girl could work 12 hours and go home with almost nothing. In June 1888, a journalist named Annie Besant published an article that shocked the nation. She titled it, "White Slavery in London." She exposed the fines, the hunger, and the bone-rotting phosphorus. The factory owners were furious. They didn't improve conditions. They tried to bully the girls. They handed out a piece of paper and told the girls to sign it, stating that they were perfectly happy and that the journalist was a liar. They expected the girls to be silent. They expected them to be afraid. They were wrong. On July the 5th, 1888, the unthinkable happened. One girl was fired for refusing to sign the paper. In an instant, the entire factory stopped. 1,400 women and girls walked out into the London sun. They didn't just go home, they marched. These lowly East Enders walked all the way to the glamorous West End, straight to the halls of Parliament. They stood before the men who ran the empire and demanded to be heard. For 3 weeks, they held their ground. They had no savings, no strike fund, and no political power. But they had each other. Against all odds, the titans of Bryant and May blinked. They abolished the fines. They set up a separate room for meals to prevent phosphorus poisoning. And most importantly, the girls formed the first female trade union in British history. Today, the old Bryant and May factory still stands in Bow, now converted into luxury apartments. Most people walk past it without a second glance. But the next time you strike a match, remember the teenagers who glowed in the dark and the fire they started that changed London forever. We are Gaslight London, and this was a forgotten story of the city's shadows. What hidden history should we uncover next? Let me know in the comments.